What is up, guys? How we doing? So, I learned my lesson, I guess. I came out with what I thought was a decent commentary video yesterday and lost a subscriber, and so, which is fine. Nobody's. You guys don't owe me jack shit. I'm just, trying to figure out what to do. I've, trauma dumped all I can. I've talked about my life as much as I really can, and I don't really know what to talk about. And I don't really shoot spitballs at channels very often, but that was an easy one to shoot spitballs at. This channel that I talked about has literally, for 2 years straight, talked about Snow White. And if you watch the video, you see what I mean. They claim to be in this culture war with Hollywood about fucking pondering and whatnot to audiences and forcing an agenda on you by showing gay people on TV. And as I said in the video, if their mission was to do away with pondering and for inclusivity, I'm a dumbass. That's a message I could understand. Putting something in there just to check a box or just to appeal to a certain demographic. Changing art, right, to just check a box is not how you should do it. See, when somebody is in a show, it's something you shouldn't even think about. But this channel doesn't think like that. That's not their message. That's not their point. Their point is, oh my God, gay couple on TV. Oh my God, black character. Wow. Woke, forcing shit down my throat. Agenda forced down my throat. Now I'm going to talk about how transgenders are make-believe and push my false agenda onto millions of people, because that's what that is. That's false information that you're pushing onto people. That's called an agenda. Stating factual things or a gay person being on your TV isn't. So, yes, I will admit that there are moments that you can definitely tell when industries don't care. They just do with what is right at the time. They were guilty of racism and misogyny back in the day too. And, let's use Endgame as an example. That scene where all the women superheroes just happen to be in that spot at that moment. Do I love that we're getting a scene of female superheroes taking charge? Of course I do. Was it a little bit cringy to force it because it would have never worked out like that? Yes. It's something that should happen naturally, and that's the difference between pondering and inclusivity. That's the best example I can give you. But that's not what they're after. Their entire channel is, first of all, shouldn't be called Geeks and Gamers, because that has nothing to do with being a geek or gaming. It has to do with being a redneck and hating anybody but a straight white man on TV. And, throwing a fit because Dr. Connors was a woman in the Spider-Man, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man animated show. That actually ended up being pretty good. And it's a multiverse story, so it makes sense that there would be versions. Now, say what you want about Harry Potter, but the examples I showed you literally we're boycotting this show because Professor Snape is now black. Now we're for it because J.K. Rowling is transphobic. They can't make up their minds, and they're at war, and they're just shitty people, shitty channels. Whenever I don't like talking about channels because none of us are perfect, and to dish out, hate to a channel, if you're going to do it, it better have a greater purpose. That channel, them, the Critical Drinker, whatnot, they have problems with shows or movies that they don't even watch and milk it and do nothing but let it ruin their day. If you're a 50-year-old man, seriously, and a black person being on TV ruins your day, I envy the privileged day you must have had, because I don't fucking fucking care. I don't care, dude. I don't care. So what? A black person is on TV. Get the fuck over it. Like, and unfortunately, yeah, you gotta respect other people's opinions, but if you're going to disregard facts to force an agenda, which is what you're doing, it's funny you say that, you know, Disney and these big companies are forcing an agenda on you when in reality, you're the one forcing an agenda. If you're gonna disregard facts and push factually incorrect information down millions of people's throats, I feel like I have the right to point out why that's problematic and why you're an asshole for that and make fun of you a little bit. So that's what I did. But apparently you guys didn't like that. And I don't want to disappoint you. I don't want to let you down. So I don't want to bite my tongue. I don't want to come to a place where I'm too scared of talking about what I want to talk about. But I also don't want to disappoint you guys. And so I'll try to keep it more civil, I guess, if I talk about it. Like, I should have left out the insults and rather talked about what they could have done better, which I did. I did both. I insulted the person because he was dishing out insults to trans people, so I did the same thing. And is that stooping to their level? Yes, it is. And I need to do better. I need to be better if I'm going to do commentary videos. I do. So, yeah, it sucks. We lost a subscriber, but to be honest with you, I didn't say anything in the video yesterday that I haven't said before, so they clearly don't watch my shit. But it's fine. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell to talk about. I've dumped my life out there. I've talked about my life. I've talked about you guys and how much I appreciate you and how much I want to stream and get on schedule. And as a matter of fact, I might stream tonight, but it might be a little bit earlier than you guys are used to. But, you know, I'm running out of ideas. I am. My days are boring. You know, I work and I take care of my little girl. I think keeping my vlogs to the weekly series is a good idea rather than just talk about my day every day. And, yeah, I'm just at a point where I'm not sure what direction to go, but I know that whatever direction it may be, I hope you guys ride with me and aren't disappointed. Always feel free to let me know if you think I'm going too far, if you think I'm crossing the line, if you think I'm being a little too harsh. Always feel free. I'm never against that, you know, and this is what I've learned, all right? If you look at all my videos in the last month, and you had to guess which ones got dislikes, all right? We got me talking about my divorce. We got me talking about politics, imposing on people's beliefs, and we got me talking about the video yesterday. We got me doing movie reviews. We got me reviewing the headphones, me talking about you guys. Out of all those things, which one do you think got dislikes? The show review and my headphones review. And in the headphones review, I even said I am not a pro. This is the first expensive headset I've ever owned. I am in no way, shape, or form comparing this or have the knowledge to even compare it to other expensive headsets. This is just my experience with the headset as a casual user. I don't see what there is to not like about that. And what that's teaching me is it doesn't matter what the hell you're talking about, there's going to be people that disagree with you. And there's going to be people out there that, because of that simple disagreement, because of something that simple, will unsubscribe to you for it. Dude, my first video was Nick Fuentes, like my first commentary video. After he came out and said, we're going to keep women down, your body, my choice, said the most disgusting shit. And I got fucking torn apart for it, dude, and had to take it down. I refuse to take videos down now, and I wish I didn't take that one down, but you would think that that would be the popular opinion, that calling him out as an asshole there is warranted. But nah, I got ripped to shreds for saying, hey, maybe don't say shit like that. Let's get your handmade outfits ready. Really? really? Now, I did come out with another video as a giant middle finger to those people, but whatever. I was reading Charlie's comments the other day because he made a video about Doom the Dark Ages, and I was thinking about getting it. And there were people that disagreed with him and were literally talking about unsubscribing to him for that. Like, you've followed this guy for God knows how long, and because you disagree with him on the video game, you're going to unsubscribe. So, you know what that tells me? That tells me, fuck it. I can't make everybody happy. I might as well talk about what I want to talk about. And that's kind of where I'm at. And, yes, I need to work on how aggressive I come off. It just pisses me off, you know? It does. It does. I grew up with it. I see it every day. It sucks. Will I admit that Hollywood is going down? Yeah, but for different reasons. You got your idiots over here that complain anytime anybody other than a white person's on TV. I think Hollywood's falling apart because they're out of original ideas. Everything's prequels, everything's sequels. Not to mention the younger generation kids. They're more addicted to TikTok, short form content, YouTube, you name it, than actual movies. And you got studios out here throwing $250 million at a movie that's not even successful, you know? So I definitely see Hollywood going downhill, and the woke liberal garbage is just adding to it. And when I say woke liberal garbage, dude, to state that transgenders exist is not left-leaning. That's just a psychological fact. I am so sick of this being a right or left debate. You know, like, they exist. Get over it. You know, like, you don't have to. You don't have to. You can whine about it. You can make 30 videos. You can milk it. You can bitch about Snow White for 2 years if that's your prerogative. But I have the right to also talk about why that's ridiculous. You know? Like, dude even said in the video, we won. We got to win because Snow White bombed. And that's what he was referring to. And this dude, this 50-year-old man, along with his audience of males, thinks that the reason Snow White failed is because they didn't go and see it. You were never planning on seeing it, my man. So, like, and you also don't look like you're a Harry Potter fan either. So, like, that's what they do. They just get mad at this, and that. And then when whitewashing happens, which happened for how long? Nowhere to be seen. So, it's a message that, like, pondering and inclusiveness, it's a real point to make. It's just the wrong people making it, man. And yeah, I think they deserve to be made fun of if they're going to say that trans people are playing make-believe and they're pieces of shit. So, right after saying that we should... I don't know, man. I don't know, but I don't want to disappoint y'all. That's all I know. But after getting, you know, dislikes on my headphone review, I even got a dislike on my Lego building video. Like, I'm going to stop being afraid of biting my tongue is what I'm going to do. I'm trying to tone down the language. I'm trying to tone down the aggressiveness. I'm trying to learn. But if I'm going to get disliked for something as simple as a headphone review, well, might as well talk about what I want to talk about if I'm going to get dislikes anyway, you know? So, like, I'm not trying to disappoint you guys. And commentary is not going to be a thing. Like, I'm not going to pick a channel every day and make fun of it. I only do that if there's a bigger picture, you know? And the bigger picture here is that these people are teaching garbage to their fan base. They think they're at a culture war when the culture war is simply black people, gay people, and trans people exist on TV now. Like, whatever, man. Like, if it was about, like I said, pondering and exclusivity, then maybe you'd have a point. But you don't. You just want to see straight white people on TV. And that is a privileged life. If that is what is making you mad, my man, take a look in the mirror and just be thankful that you've got what you've got. I'm over here too worried about rent to give a shit. So, I don't know, man. I just don't care. I just don't care that Ariel, the mermaid, was a black actress. It's a mermaid. Snape is a wizard. These people don't exist. They're fictional beings. So do I care if the source material, which came out, 30 years ago at this point? God damn, that's crazy to say out loud. Did Harry Potter come out that long ago? It was almost that, yeah. Yeah, dude. A lot of the comic books that came out, there's a reason why this is happening, and it's because you only had white people on TV up to the 70s. So now that's starting to change, and rightfully so. But I can't understand the point. It's just the wrong people making it. These people are just throwing a fit at nothing and teaching a whole new generation how to do the same. You are not born racist. You are not born bigoted, man. You are taught it. And it's never truly going to be stomped out until people stop talking about it and stop teaching bullshit like this. That's the overall point. So, I don't know. That's what I was trying to say yesterday. You're just teaching a new generation how to not be proud of that. You lonely fucking idiots. The videos, man. I unfortunately made a video about Geeks and Gamers one time, so now their shit pops up in my stuff all the time. Every once in a while, I'll watch a short, but I saw that and just thought it was funny because I literally thought to myself, man, why are you boycotting this show? J.K. Rowling, a known person that's transphobic, is going to profit off this. You would think you'd be for it, and then they turned around and came out with a video being for it all of a sudden. And I just think that's funny. That shows that they don't actually care about what they're talking about. They're just pushing an agenda. Sorry my voice is so hoarse. That's what pushing an agenda is. There's a difference between stating facts and letting people be aware of the facts and spreading misinformation. That's called pushing an agenda, my friend. What you're doing. But anyway, yes, you are right. Some companies do check a box, and that is not how it should be. It should be more natural. But that's not what you want. You just don't want them on TV in general. So, yeah, I made fun of it. I'm sorry. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to talk about, I guess. And things like that I'm passionate about. So, whatever. Yeah. Him, the critical drinker, all these idiots that get mad at shows like The Boys for making fun of the right, when in reality they make fun of both sides. They went to an alt-right convention and made fun of you for how you literally project yourself as being. When I'm behind you and you got a blue stripe and a Punisher symbol showing me that you have no idea what the hell the Punisher character even represents, and you're also defacing the flag for your own political beliefs but claim to be a true patriot. When I gotta see that shit all day, and then that's what's on social media, yes, man, it pisses me off. So I talked about it. And, no, I'm not gonna talk about a different channel every day, but I'm also not gonna bite my tongue anymore. If I can't even do something as simple as express my casual opinion on a headset without being disliked, might as well talk about what I want. At the end of the day, I appreciate you guys being here. I didn't think I would get this far, and I've continued to be blown away by the fact that you guys enjoy watching my videos. And I appreciate that. I don't want to ruin that, and I don't want to scare y'all off. But there's also just stuff with my upbringing that I am passionate about, that I'm passionate about talking about. And sometimes I am a dick when I'm talking about these things. I am. And I know, but it's just because, man, if you grow up in California and you don't see it, and I grew up here, and I'm hearing the N-word every day, N-word this, N-word that, it can seem like I'm being exaggeratory, it can seem like I'm being over dramatic, but It's two different extremes and two different perspectives. And that's why I get so heated when talking about this shit. Because it is so prevalent where I am, And I don't know. I'm trying to watch it. I'm trying not to just reiterate the same political point in every goddamn video that comes up, But at the end of the day, I want to make content you guys enjoy, not content that makes you guys not want to click on it because it'll be like nails on a chalkboard for you, And I just haven't figured out what me at my best is and what you guys like the most is. And I know that my trauma dumping videos got a lot of likes and stuff, but I've done it. I've done it all. I've gotten it all out there. So now, I genuinely I'm not sure what to do from here on out. And I just don't want to disappoint you guys. So I just appreciate you being here. And I love you.